Good evening, folks. I'm Mayor Rex Richardson in the city of Long Beach. I'm here to provide some city updates on the tropical storm Hillary response for the residents of the city of Long Beach. I'm here with Fire Captain Jake Heflin and our manager of public health response, Sandy Wedgeworth, to provide some updates on the situation. Here in Long Beach, we're experiencing the tropical storm right now. We, in our community, represent about 7 miles of coastline and a number of vulnerable communities across our city. And what we're seeing is an increase in high winds and rain amounts citywide that may be normal than normal water levels in our waterways and our rivers. High winds are picking up, gusts up to 30 miles an hour are expected. And there's a lot of city workers and our entire city team that's been preparing for this and working and standing by for the community. Our communities, our crews are not just sitting, they are prepared for the call. We're a very resilient community. We've dealt with big challenges before. We've been building up our capacity to activate our emergency response resources and ensuring that our community is ready and resilient and strong. We're going to talk a little bit about some of our preparation efforts over the past few days. We have helped to deploy in the past 48 hours, up including today, more than 50,000 sandbags and distributed 3 to 5 tons of sandbags an hour. Right now, sandbags are self-serve at all locations, and at Claremont, they're still helping folks as long as supplies last. We set up our mobile command center and activated our emergency response center. We mobilized hundreds of emergency response personnel, including firefighters, police officers, lifeguards, and volunteers. Over the past few days, we've been cleaning and inspecting more than 5,700 catch basins, which is very important to our low-lying areas for water runoff. So far, we haven't seen any extreme flooding. We've seen some low levels of flooding at about 4 intersections, and we've been able to address those already, but we stand ready for any additional needs. Right now, I'm going to introduce Jake Heflin to talk a little bit more about some of our preparation here in the city of Long Beach.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, it's exciting that we're here today to talk about the things that we're doing as a community to prepare. And that's exactly what we've done as this storm and the significant weather system has come upon us. And I think we've managed to overcome some of those challenges and address some of those fears of the unknown. The point is, it's because you have responded. It's because you've taken note to the warnings that we've issued. It's because you've been a part of this process and have gone out and prepared yourself and your families. And that's exactly what we wanted you to do, and you have rallied to that call. So now as the weather starts coming in and we start to see that rain and the wind, we want you to be ready, continue to be ready. And we talked about making sure that you have alerts. Make sure you subscribe to alerts and know what to do. Here in Long Beach, that's Alert Long Beach. Make sure you go and check our Alert Long Beach and sign up. www.longbeach.gov/LBRain for additional information. In addition, we also talk about making a plan. And this is all part of the Lisos, California 5 steps of preparedness. That second step, make a plan. Have a conversation with your family about what to do, where to go in case of an emergency. Have a safe meeting place and out-of-state contact. Those are critical components to make sure your family is ready. The third thing we talk about is pack a go bag. If you need to go somewhere quickly, grab those essential items, medication, your identification, food and water, those essential items that you need personally that you could grab at a moment's notice and leave. And if you stay at home, pack it or build a stay box. And that stay box is enough food and water to last you for at least 3 days. As many of you have even tried to go to some of your local grocery stores, you realize that the shelves are bare. And that's why it's important that we take time to prepare. Talk about water, a gallon of water per person per day, and that's 2 quarts for consumption and 2 quarts for personal use. And as far as the 5th step of preparedness, we talk about taking care of each other, helping your family, friends, and neighbors. And that's what makes Long Beach ready, resilient, and strong. And we're doing a great job today. So as I get into that, I want to just make sure that you understand that we've closed our beaches and our parks and our trails and beach parking lots at least until 12 p.m. tomorrow. We want to make sure people stay away from the water. Again, that water is hazardous. There's potential currents and tides and shifts in that could cause some challenges for us, especially if you're walking on the berms. Stay away. Don't come down there to see the water. It's potentially very dangerous. Also, if there are flooded intersections, avoid those flooded intersections. Wind potentially creates down power lines, and down power lines may fall into that water. Submerged down power lines could be deadly if you don't see them. These are critical things that you can do to make sure that you're safe. In addition, we're talking to people about staying home, staying safe, and staying informed. Obviously, if you have issues for emergencies, you have dialed 911. We want to make sure that you know that we're ready to respond to any needs that you have. We've activated and mobilized our swiftwater rescue teams, and they are patrolling the LA River, the San Gabriel River, Los Coyotes River. We're here making sure that we're taking care of those individuals, those people that are experiencing homelessness. We've established those resources with the health department, and my friend Sandy will talk about that momentarily. But the point is together we're stronger. If you have other things like clogged storm drains or down tree line, call 570-2700. And if you have down power lines, make sure you report it to 911. They're extremely dangerous. Stay away. Don't let people get near them. Those are the types of things that can cause severe hazards for you and your families. But remember this, don't live in fear. Live prepared. Fear is not something we need to own because we're ready for you. We're ready to take care of you. We're ready to respond to your needs. We're here together. Together we're stronger. Together we're Long Beach.
All right. Thank you, Jeff, for those tips. We know that we've also done a lot of work around our response and preparedness on our efforts to help support our unhoused neighbors. And so I'm going to invite Sandy Wedgeworth up to talk a little bit about how we've expanded some capacity outreach for our unhoused neighbors and to give you the information that you need if you need shelter. Sandy?
Thank you, Mayor. Since the storm, we have opened more than 150 new beds at our shelters and at our multi-service center. That includes 60 additional beds at the multi-service center and 20 additional beds at the 702 Anaheim shelter. We'd like to thank our partners at the Long Beach Rescue Mission for also opening up an additional 20 beds at their facility. 20 additional hotel vouchers have also become available for the multi-service center to provide to their clients. This is all in addition to the city's current inventory of more than 1,300 interim shelter and hotel beds. So far, we are not yet at capacity, but we have prepared an additional shelter at MacArthur Park with 30 additional beds for people experiencing homelessness, and we are ready to activate this shelter when needed. Right now, we are meeting the need, and we stand ready to add additional capacity if necessary. We are actively conducting homeless outreach in person and by phone and text to people experiencing homelessness. Anyone in need of shelter or food can call the MSC at 562-570-4MSC or speak to an emergency responder. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sandy. So as Sandy said, we expanded our capacity. We've been able to meet the demand so far, and we're prepared to expand capacity if we need to do so. I want to just quickly touch base on just a few other additional updates. We have been coordinating on the warning and evacuation of the city of Avalon and Catalina Island. We did stand up a temporary shelter. We did assist a number of individuals who did not need shelter, but we did assist a number of evacuees, and so we have prepared for that, but it looks like we didn't need access to that shelter. So we have shelter for individuals experiencing homelessness, people experiencing homelessness, and we stepped up to do our part with our neighbors in Avalon. We are aware of the 5.1 earthquake near Ojai. It was felt here in Long Beach. Our fire department, our public works team did assess the critical infrastructure throughout the city to determine if there was any damage. There was no damage. So we're good there. Let's talk a little bit about the city's mobility. We are a port city, and as of 5 p.m. today, there have been no impacts to operations at the Port of Long Beach as a result of Tropical Storm Hillary. 12 ships are currently in the port, and 2 terminals are actively moving cargo. Our harbor patrol and maintenance crews are working extra shifts to ensure that we're prepared for any impacts that may happen. Let's talk now about the airport. Long Beach Airport is currently open. Passengers traveling tomorrow are encouraged to contact their airlines directly for any flight updates. And that's our update from Long Beach Airport. In terms of transit, as of 6 o'clock this evening, as a precaution, Long Beach Transit has suspended full service. They don't want to lose buses and staff where folks can't get home, as we know that there will be additional flooding. And so we want to make sure that our services are up and operating by 6 a.m. and that drivers and buses are available to resume service. In terms of sandbags, remember, take this storm very seriously. For emergencies, make sure you call 911. If you need additional sandbags, they're open as long as they have supply down at the peninsula. And in terms of just emergency response, I'm going to repeat: stay home, stay safe, and stay informed. For emergencies, dial 911. For preparedness information, call 570-INFO. A live person will answer that call. To report a clogged storm drain or a downed tree, call 570-2700. Report down power lines to 911 and avoid the area immediately. Down power lines, as Jake mentioned, are extremely dangerous. For updates on our storm advisories and other information, you can visit our city website, longbeach.gov/lbrain. Together we'll get through this. We've seen difficult times before, and we'll do so again. We have a tough and resilient community. We want to wish Godspeed to our first responders, our firefighters, our police officers, our lifeguards, and our many volunteers who are working to make sure that we are putting our best foot forward here. Again, I want to encourage you to stay home, stay safe, and stay updated. Thank you so much.